your training program now?
You should have seen the other guy.
Yeah, I heard. You sent him to the hospital. So what did he do, kiddo?
Whatever.
If it's about a girl, she better be worth it. Just remember, you're worrying Mom with that stuff. You need to be the man of the house when I'm gonna be in Afghanistan.
Alexa, bedroom 70%.
Okay.
Alexa, volume 5. Hiya, Craig. Evening, Mark. I wasn't going to stream tonight, by the way. I'm just not in the mood today. I'm in a shitty mood. Bit down, bit depressed, just bored. And I couldn't think of anything to stream, and I've actually just looked through my list and I realised that I've got Sniper Elite 3 that I had sent for review a few weeks ago and I've never even touched it on, so we'll give this half an hour. Not that it might be any good, I've no idea what's it like, so I just thought I'd stick this on and I may as well stream, judging by people quickly arriving in the room. It's okay, so I'll wait a bit. Good afternoon from America, another one, Panophobic, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, Rodney. I've had a couple of messages about Mass Effect today. I think I'm selling it. I got bought. I mentioned on the streams the other day, the thing about Mass Effect is this. Yes, it's way better than I first give it credit for on the show. No doubt. I changed my mind. But to be honest, and I said this to Ricky privately, when you play the game, I mean, I don't know if it changes later on in the game or not, but just at the beginning, the first few quests that it gives you, they're like 2 and 3 hours long, and it just gets a little bit monotonous. And like I say, I don't know if it opens up a bit, and I bet side quests get a bit shorter. It just seems it like drags you down a bit. I don't know why, it just does. Another one from New York, Jason. Hiya. Why is this stream turning very international? All week it's crazy. We've had Italians, Portuguese, Russians. Rodney, I was a long fan of Mass Effect, one of the best series I've played, but Andromeda didn't do it for me. It's a weird thing, Rodney. I'm like kind of with you. As I said, my thoughts on the podcast have always been, we all know it got shit press at the beginning. It got lambasted, and to be honest, it deserved it. Shockingly bought out way too early, and it's so clear once you get to grips with it. And I also said this before, the reason it's so clear that game was massively rushed is because no problem, Jason, no problem. The reason you can clearly tell it is the reason you can tell it's rushed is because you get cutscenes where you can clearly see that bit is polished and finished and looks way different to the rest of the game. And you can even see some of the talking scenes where it's polished, where it's finished. But then you get these scenes that are like, Jesus, it's just so clear that some have been finished, some hasn't, and it was just rushed out the door. Which, as I also said on the podcast, that there's never been a game in the history in the last 4 or 5 years that quite simply, if it has a shit start and the press give it an absolute killing, never ever recovers. Take Batman. you can say No Man's Sky to an extent, although you know my feelings on No Man's Sky. I'm completely different about that. It just, when a game gets really bad, Assassin's Creed, it never ever recovers. And I just feel Mass Effect suffered from that same problem. And I honestly believe if they did what they should have done, instead of thinking of business and money, they literally should have said, look, this ain't ready. And they must, there's no question, and I'd love to sit down and have a talk to the powers that be, because there must have been people, like, there must have been people that watched that game that were testing it and said, listen, this shit ain't ready. And they must have been, because they couldn't have been playing the same game if they'd be lying to themselves. And again, because of the release date and the tax year and all that shit, it was just clearly rushed out the door. The big people upstairs would have said, look, is this playable to the end? Yeah. What? No bugs to kill it? No. But it's not ready because it's not been polished. Not bothered. It's got to go out. And that's exactly what happened with that game. And like I said, when you play the game, it's got polish. It's got a good story. It's way better than you think it is when you skip past it. But I'm with Rodney. It just doesn't feel like it grabs you like the others do. And it just goes all the way back to bad press equals people thinking about it, buying the game, and all that's in the head. I'm going to look for these shit graphics, this shit quality, and it just... bleh. Evening, Gary. Yes, Perry, spot on. It's just end of tax year, got to be rushed out. And there's no way that there weren't people in their office saying, look, this ain't ready. Believe me, it's not ready, please. What new games do you think Microsoft will announce at E3? Well, Matt, I think it's a no-brainer, quite simply because my views are very strong on it, if you've not heard before. It's just a no-brainer. What have I had for dinner today? I have had nothing for dinner today, Craig. Sorry. I know people have a go at me for not eating well, but look at the size of me. I'm a big lad. I'm not going to die of starvation if I'd miss a few meals. The thing, quickly talking about E3 as we're getting closer, I mean, the thing with Microsoft, as I've said it a million times before, they've got a fantastic, superb machine coming out, but they just seem very reluctant to either, and this is what I've touched on before, they're not even dropping little hints. And I've said this many times, if you're a big developer or a big console company, you've got a new baby in the pipeline, you can't help falling over yourself to get little leaks out, little snippets out, no matter what time of year it is, whether we're 4 weeks, 5 weeks off E3 and nothing. You just can't help going, oh, look, what's it? There's been absolutely nothing. And that, to me, screams we're going to get the same stuff. Turn 10, Fallout. I know that they're supposedly got a new IP. Why aren't they shouting it from the rooftops? Remember Turn 10's history with Forza? They was giving you Forza details forever. They was falling over themselves to look at the shiny cars. Look what we're doing. But actually, Microsoft has recently said there will be a lot of games coming. Rodney, if that's like recently, well, so be it. But then again, what else can they say? I'm just worried they've not been trickling it out. I'm just like, yeah, they probably are going to say there's loads of games coming out, but it's going to be Forza. It's going to be the usual stuff. Crackdown 3, why the hell we've had absolutely bugger all from that game, it is crazy to me. And as I said, I know people might take all my chat as negative towards Microsoft. No, it's not. Not even fucking close, so don't even go there because it annoys me. I want them to be successful. I want the new Scorpio. I want to talk about it on the shows. But it scares me. You know, we're months away from like, holy shit. It has, Rodney, and can't you remember when they first showed Crackdown 3? It was years ago. 3 years ago? And everybody lost their mind. But like, no, and what I'm edging back to, let's picture the scenario. Crackdown 3 is like their baby for the Scorpio. If it was me, I'd be pushing that. It's a great franchise. People have been waiting for it for years. They know it's coming. And then, like, what it is, it just goes deadly quiet. And that don't sit right with me. I don't own an Xbox, and this is what it... it's not that I'm that worried, mate. It's quite simply, Perry, I don't own an Xbox for the simple reason, mate. I've been gaming for over 40 years, and it's the first time that that company has made me not bothered about their console, and that to me just says a hell of a lot. It's the first, I said on the show about a month ago, it's the first ever time I have got rid of a console while it's in generation. It was so I would never do that in the past, ever. And I'm not going to get into a fanboy war about it, but you tell me what you're playing on it right now, and I've been for the last 2-3 months. And I don't want. I'm not turning into a fanboy. I'm just being perfectly honest. You know, I don't own an Xbox, and I could get one, and I'm contemplating get one. But the reason I'm literally not getting an Xbox One at the minute, because I know it would just sit there. Cuphead looks stunning, but again, Matt, that to me, Cuphead I thought was like literally weeks away from release when we saw the last videos about 6 months ago. Then all of a sudden, where is it? But I say I don't want to get into the fanboy stuff because it's not meant to be fanboy. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to point out and I'm being honest. I'm not bullshitting, and I'm not making things up. You guys, if you think I'm wrong, give me an argument against it, and I don't think I am. But I really pray that they're going to bring some really cool shit to the E3. They've got to, because let me put something to you now. Spending 260 quid on an Xbox One that sits there gathering dust, okay, you live with it, maybe. But are you going to feel the same sitting there when you spent 500 quid on a machine? That in 3, 6, 8 months' time you're sitting there because the games are the same stuff just with shinier graphics? I don't know. I hope it's not. Anyway, there's 24 people in the room. We'll have a chat later because I'm not great confident at this. This is Sniper Elite 3. Let's have a quick look. It's literally, when I've just paused it when I started the room, there's been like an intro started with these two people talking to each other. My VR gets used very regular, Perry. And there's lots on my VR that I've still not played. But in my situation, like I say a lot of times, and when I try and cover all bases, I have to try and cover a lot of games for my podcast, so it's like weird, you know what I mean? I don't think VR is dead. You're not looking in the right places, guys. As I've said many, many times, there are VR games coming out every single day. Farpoint is receiving great reviews. The Farpoint gun, by the way, is actually really receiving fantastic reviews on early players. Quick one. Does Horizon Zero Dawn look much different on PS4 and PS4? Yes. The person to talk to about that is Ricky. Ricky said on the show about a month ago, he actually, when the hype for Horizon Dawn arrived, he played it in his hotel, I think. No, he was in between getting a new PS Pro. He played it on the old one, loved the game, then got it on the Pro, and he actually said, holy shit, the difference is amazing. So yeah, it does. It's noticeable. Perry, haven't used yours in months, and you're thinking of getting rid. Perry, simple thing, mate. If you're not playing it, get your money, because it will sell. It will sell. It's still very popular, holding its price, selling really well. But it's same as anything, Perry. Like me, wasn't playing my Xbox One. There literally was, and this is no word of a lie. When I sent my Xbox off, all right, mine was kind of faulty that made me get rid of it as well. I had to actually wipe dust off it, and I'm not lying either. There was dust all over it. But yeah. Might not bother buying Zero Dawn for PS4 then. If you're thinking of getting a Pro and you've got 4K telly, then yeah. Can I just say though, Rodney, if you're struggling for something to play, mate, get it. You'll still enjoy the game just as much. Definitely. Are they still scarce? I'm not sure on. I think they're still selling well. I'm not sure if they're still scarce. The only news I heard about the VR. I saw a couple of UK shops tweeting the other day that they're back in stock. Game are doing VR for 350 with PS4 camera. Bargain. Cracking deal. Cracking deal, that is. Yeah, not bad. And like I say, guys, there is a lot to play on VR. And as I've touched on many, many times about VR, it's the experience. If you have never tried it, it will blow you away. Completely away. It's nothing. I know that you might have something in your mind that, oh, I know what it's going to be like. I know what it's going to feel like. I'm telling you now, it's amazing. I'm really pleased as well. I think I touched on it on yesterday's stream that gun going with Farpoint, that has already been said because they've open sourced it, which I think is a fantastic move. I think that probably is one of the cleverest moves ever. A peripheral coming out, 70 quid with a game, very expensive, but they've made it open source. And also, definitely, 4 companies have already said their games are going to work with it on day one, which is fantastic. That it's actually made me contemplate getting it, by the way, next month. I really am. So, but so expensive just to have a go at VR. It is expensive. I mean, personally, if I'm being truthful, I think it needs to be about 250, 280 with a game, definitely. You know, it is, but it's holding its price, and you know, you guys yourself, if it holds its, anything that's doing well will hold its price. Anything that's selling shit and not doing well, it'll drop like a stone. It's holding its price. Kind of feel it seems a bit like Wii, a good way to play, but you wouldn't want to do it most of the time. I've said this many times about VR, Matt, when people used to like try and jump on me and say, are you playing it? Are you playing it every day? And then I said, listen, it's not meant to be that. It's like just a different thing to do. Okay, it is expensive, but it's just a great different sidetrack. Play your games. We all get bored with certain games, certain styles, certain consoles, whatever. VR's a great thing, and I really want to put this to you as well. There's been many, many times I've been sat here thinking, what shall I do today? Okay, I'll put the VR on. And I will admit that getting the wires out, setting it up is a bit of a ball ache. I think that's where Sony dropped the ball a little bit. It should have been all connected correctly. There should have been none of this bullshit, non-HDR shit, swapping. It's just, that to me is one of the biggest negative parts. But I'll come back to this. And it's not a great massive deal. It's a matter of putting 2 cables in, bringing your VR over, sitting down and sticking it on your head. Now, what I will say to that is, many, many times I've been sat here thinking, do I get it out? Do I put it on? Oh, okay, yeah, I will. Fuck it, I'll put it on. The second you put it on your head, you sit there and say, oh, right, yeah, okay. And that's every time. Every time. Because it's an experience like no other. And I'll stand by that. And I've had about 6 people visit me to come and try it, because I do say it's expensive, and all these people were thinking of getting one, and I think that's another thing I would say to you all. If you're thinking of getting one, go and try it somewhere. Yeah, I agree, Perry. You can't explain to people what it's like, because I can tell you now it is nothing that you think it's like. My brother has never been a gamer. He's older than me. He's one of them that looks at me, he knows what I do, and he kind of is one of them that thinks, well, yeah, okay. No interest in games whatsoever. Not a clue. He came round a few months back when I got it, and I said, oh, listen, why are you here for 10 minutes? I just want you to try this. And I put him in the shark experience, the Shark Tank. And I have to say, even he took it off his head, and his face, he just couldn't believe it. Does the headset get hot with continuous play? You do get warm in the headset, not going to lie. It makes you sweat a lot. It really does, you do get warm, and it steams up as well. When it's a warm, hot day, it doesn't get hot, but it starts to steam up a bit. But you can adjust the headset and get it right and it kind of simmers down. It seems to do that when you first put it on. I was sceptical. You kept going on, so I bought one, and it was stunning. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad my thoughts made you get one, Perry. If I did, but it is an experience. If you're a gamer, seriously, if you're a gamer, do it. I've had an email this week, and this surprised me, by the way. I'd have been ranting about this if I'd have been on the podcast. I get an email from London Comic Con that's on this week or next week, I think. It's either on this weekend or next weekend. I can't remember which one. No, I think it's in a couple of weeks, actually, because this is why the email arrived. And it was the Sony email where you could still book a place to go and try the VR at Comic Con. And I said out loud to myself, and I said, are Sony still actually making you book a spot to play VR? Are you telling me they can't put just VR units now all over a Comic-Con or wherever they are? I find that a bit stupid. How long is the cord? The cord's massively long, way long. I am approximately, 8 to 10 feet away? Plenty of room, absolutely plenty. We've spoke about the porn a lot. I've spoke about it on the show. The porn is an experience that, again, if you're a red-blooded male, I guess, that is something like no other. Truly, that is. And I mean, it's not a good subject to talk about. I mean, we're all grown-ass men. We know, but it is I cannot tell you how unbelievably weird that is. Definitely. Definitely. And I think also, another point about VR, I think if we're all being honest, you want it to work. You don't want it to become a shit item that's never used, because you want new tech to work. Do you know what I mean? You just want it to work, because new tech brings new developers, brings new things, brings great things. You don't want it to fall on its arse. You want it to work. So I'm all for supporting it. Please keep supporting it. The thing I do object to, I think some of them are taking the piss in pricing of the games, by the way. There are many good deals to be had on VR games on the store, but then there's some new ones coming out and they're taking the piss. I saw PSVR Frank. If anybody doesn't follow PSVR Frank on YouTube, highly recommended bloke, fantastic character, an Italian, owns his own restaurant. But his VR and his voice is fantastic, and he's got a great VR channel. Highly recommend trying the guy. He is 100% VR and absolutely covers everything and does a great job with it. He was doing a piece on his show the other day and commented on a game that's coming out on VR on the store this week that's £33 in the UK, and he even quotes pounds. The same game is £11 on Steam. I mean, that's a fucking joke. And he even said, don't buy it. Do not support this price point. And it's a kart racing one. It looked actually a bit like Mario Kart. Obviously like a Mario Kart clone, but in VR. And they want to charge 33 quid for it this week. And it's £11 on Steam. I mean, that's just taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? The tank game's in fact, I think I've just seen a post on Twitter, Gary, this minute, where Battle Tanks, I think, whatever it's called, is just down in price. That has held its price crazily, by the way. It really has. But that is an excellent game. It's got fantastic amount of stuff to do in it. That is a game that can make you feel a bit queasy when you first play it, though. I would not recommend that as your first VR game. In fact, I'll give anybody some tips. If you are thinking of trying VR or you're going to get your hands on VR, you don't want to start with playing anything with movement. Drive Club, Tank Simulator, Elite the other space one, name escapes me. Don't play something like that off the bat. Play something steady, like Tethered is a great game to get into. That's an actual God game. And the reason I tell you that is your brain needs to actually get used to the functionality of VR, because it does actually fool your body. Resident Evil in VR, Gary, is truly amazing. Truly amazing. It's not the tank sim that made me really sick. The one made me actually feel so ill I had to go to bed. And it was the other tank. It was very similar to the tank one, And and the reason it was different is because what that game did, when you was moving when you're moving battle tanks, it's the actual fire is controlled by your sticks, the reticle. The thing with this other clone one that came out the same week, the reticle was done by head movement. So you not only had you got the VR movement with your sticks right and left and moving a camera, the actual shooting reticle was your head. Put all that together with fast pace, that literally made me feel so ill. I had to stop, turn it off, drink some water and go to bed. And I can't stress enough to anybody, if you are playing VR and you feel the slightest bit queasy, and it all starts in your stomach, I can tell you exactly how it starts because it's a condition. It starts in the real pit of your stomach, you start getting a weird feeling, and then you'll start feeling a little bit dizzy. You need to stop straight away. Don't sit there and say, oh, I'll battle through this. It can put you off work for 3 days to a week. It affects your body. It actually has a physical effect, so you need to stop. But what I will say to people that have that effect, and I've been asked this question many, many, many times, what you then do, you can actually train your body to get used to it. It can be overcome. And it can be overcome by playing the same game that made you feel sick, just in really small bats, couple of minutes, slowly moving. Just ignore the gameplay. If the gameplay is telling you to move like a madman and shoot, don't. Just start moving slowly. And if you start feeling a bit sick again, stop again, turn it off. But then also try another game that's got movement. It's a basic human trait. We have been born as a species to know that our brain and our balance in our ears, when we move, the brain feels motion. What makes you do this is the VR is so good at what it does, your body, your eyes, feel you are in a full immersed 3D environment, whether it be a car, a tank, or anything. So when you move, your body's conditioned to think, I should feel movement. So when you do move, your eyes, your ears, your balance is telling you we're moving, but your brain's saying, we're not moving, I can't feel anything. And that is what fucks you up. But you can train yourself to get better. The Batman experience was one of the best. And I fully expect, by the way, E3, I fully expect the company that made that Batman to come out and say there is a full Batman VR game made exactly the same way, because that is just fantastic. And I think about a 5-6 hour game, proper full game with story with the same mechanics as the Batman VR would be a brilliant game, definitely. Anyway, should we play a bit of this Sniper Elite? I'm enjoying talking, but we can talk later. And like I say, I can't see me playing this game for a long time. So let's do a bit of gaming. I'll still answer questions, guys, if you chuck them up in the window. AAA games, Resident Evil 7, Farpoint coming out in the next week or so. Some may say that the space game, and the name escapes me, Eve Valkyrie is a full game in my opinion, and a damn good one. I also see a thing at E3, the Star Wars demo. If you've not tried the Star Wars VR, then you need to do it, because that is one of the best experiences you'll ever have, and especially if you're a fan. I fully expect to see a full VR version of that coming out at E3 as well. Anyway, let's get into this. Probably won't play this very long, but let's have a look at it.
I can already smell the dinner from here.
Let me just turn the sounds down though, guys, because I hate the fact that it's going to be a bit loud when we're talking. Do you still use your PSV 12 mine? I sold mine to a Cranky Gamer listener, Rodney. Again, it boiled down to the fact that, similar to the Xbox One, wasn't using it. And again, that is not a negative against the machine. I think that is one of the best pieces of kit ever. I always said it. Always. So definitely, yeah.
Me wrong. The army feeds us all right, but damn, I've missed Mom's good old chicken wings.
And I hope them rumours are true at E3 that PS Vita 2.0 is coming out. Probably not, but I'd love it to be true.
You're really bad at it. I remember once when we...
I have no idea what this game is, by the way, story-wise or anything.
Come on, Rob. Rob? Okay, brother. Let's see what you got.
If you miss any streams, Perry, they're all on YouTube, mate. You can go back and watch them. Because every stream that I make automatically goes onto YouTube, and they're all on my channel, the Cranky Gamers UK channel, and you can watch them again. I never take them off. They're all on there. You can watch the game. I enjoyed it. It's good. It's weird. Crazy-ass shit, though. So here we go. Russian-Ukrainian border, 23 months ago. It's my first of this, by the way. Not touched it.
John, really?
Shut up.
You still use it to beat yourself up, altar boy? Hanging yourself on a bent, tarnished cross?
Very poetic, Rob. At least I have a sense of right and wrong.
Oh, the system's rigged, brother. Some guys get slammed for no reason, some guys get hyped for no reason.
Is it bitter and lonely not to believe in anything?
Rodney, you can ask me anything about 3D printing. Might bore the guys in the chat, but I'll talk about it. I don't mind, especially if you're thinking of buying one.
Hey, you believe in the system when it suits you. Big church
It's a strange game, a lot of stealth takedowns for a sniping. Oh, don't say that, Gary, that's going to fucking annoy me.
Like a good little soldier.
How would you know? You weren't even there.
I must admit, the last sniper game I played, I didn't enjoy it because of that kind of gameplay.
She's wrong for you, Robert.
Says the man whose longest relationship lasted, what, 6 months? Is it bitter and lonely being such a self-righteous prick? Final approach, guys.
Ready?
Try not to kill each other out there. I don't want to break the news to Mama North.
Don't go rogue.
Don't be a robot. I'm serious. She scares the shit out of me.
And she scares the shit out of everybody.
Which is how she raised such badass warrior sons. Well, one at least.
Yeah, not hard to figure which
Get
one.
down, you two. Destroy the bioweapon and exfiltrate. Get it out. No
Is there any restrictions on size you can make? Do you have to make sections if it's bigger than the machine can print? Size is very important, Rodney, as they say. Always, if you're budgeting a printer, go with the biggest build plate you can get. I'd highly recommend, if you've got the money, it would be a Prusa Mark II. They've got the best build plate, best quality print. They are about 800 quid though. Oh, whoa. I knew that setting needed to be done. Yeah, build plate. My build plate on my... If you're starting out, my 3D printer is the... where is... Here we go. My printer is a DaVinci Junior. It's a DaVinci Junior. It's 250 quid, between 200 and 250 quid on eBay or Amazon.
Not sure what I was
And
Comm check, Frank. Can you hear me? Over.
and basically that build plate is 5.9 by 5.9 by 5.9 inches. A pretty decent build plate for a cheap printer. If you've got things that need to be bigger, you have to ask the designer to split them up, which a lot of people are, you know, splitting them up. But you've seen the builds I've done on my printer. I've done full Star Wars rifles, I've done Mass Effect guns. I've made some really good prints on mine. Yes, it's a bit difficult if it needs splitting, but if money's no object,
Roger that.
if money's no object, you then definitely need to get the biggest build plate. If I was telling a beginning 3D printer to get a printer and the money was okay, Prusa Mark II. Just look for Prusa on Google. They've got their own website. It's about 11 weeks order time, though, because they're one of the most popular one. I just read that 343 said there will be no Halo 6 talk at E3, so what means they have new IP to talk about? That'd be interesting, Matt, definitely. Right, let me just learn this. Scout mode. L1 is an extremely useful sense that helps you detect elements that are normally hard to notice. Oh, Christ, they've even got what's it mode in sniping. Behave.
What's that?
No fucking idea. A test site, maybe? Alright, let's have a look. Fuck, can't see shit. We're too far. We need to find a better spot. What about over there? cliffs on the right side of that dome. You see that?
Yeah, I see it. Not sure about the angle, though.
Let's go and check it out.
Oh, Rod, are you the one that asked me to print you the Johnny Five head? I think you are, aren't you? If you go on Thingiverse or My Mini Factory, they have, I think they do have one. Right, what we've got? Show Legend, don't want that. Okay.
Always first.
Hey, you're the one holding the Navy Cross.
I didn't fight for that.
Yeah. Just go. We don't have all day.
See that? Piece of cake.
Good job.
It was one of the best streams we've done till last night. We finished it last night. I've streamed all the game and it's really, honestly, people said, I've had comments and emails today said it's probably the best stream I've done.
Right.
And it was a great game. Definitely worth a buy without a shadow of a doubt.
It's a fucking ghost town over there.
Too quiet for your taste?
In our line of work, quiet never means safe.
Shit, wolves. Dead. Move on.
Am I supposed to shoot wolves with a fucking sniper gun? To be honest, if it's cheaper, I may ask and pay you to print. If you can find me the file, look on myminifactory.com, look on Thingiverse. If you just want a Johnny Five head, there will be one around, and I probably could print it you, yeah.
Shit, we're not gonna jump over this one.
But there should be one on Thingiverse.com or myminifactory.
Yeah. What now?
Let me have a look around. See that scorched tree?
To open the bullet wheel of the sniper rifle, use right stick to select explosive bullets and release.
Well-placed shot. So you want me to do it?
I'm good. Watch this.
Change the bullets. Use the explosives. Just saying, brother. Oh, damn. Nice work, brother.
You're going first.
Yes, sir. Sergeant North, sir.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know. Chill. Feels solid.
Still, be careful.
Oh, shut up. Change your ammo. Use the regulars. They're not as loud.
Yeah, I know.
You hear that? Helos?
Yeah, sounds like they're coming closer.
Stay low. Let them pass. Better be safe.
I've got all the files because there's a site that has all Johnny Five files. You can make the full-size version with it.
Okay.
Email me all the files, all the link to the place that's got the files, and I'll have a look. And I'll tell you if I can print it and what kind of things it needs to be done. But what I also want to know is, do you want me to print it, glue it, stick it, finish it, paint it, or do you want me to... Because I've done stuff for people in the past where I've printed it.
I have a bad feeling about it.
Bad feeling.
And sent it to them to paint because they wanted to paint it.
Wolves.
Tags appear automatically when you recon your enemies with your scope, drone or scout. The colour of the tags represent the level of enemy. Idle, suspicious, combat. Does anyone use PS Now? I'd love to play the old PS3 games. I wish Sony did the same as Microsoft. Matt, have you tried your free trial of PS Now? I've tried PS Now. It's fantastic. Technology's amazing. It works fine. Pricing of it's a fucking joke though. Should never be that money. I do believe though I would at least go and try your free trial if you've not tried it. if you have tried it, I wouldn't pay for it yet. It's okay, I'll pop up and have a chat, because if it's the head and eyes are 30 years old and cost £100 each. Say again? What? If it's okay, I'll have a chat, because if it's the head, the eyes are 30 years, I don't get that. You've lost me, Rodney. Explain.
I had a bad feeling. Believe me now?
You were right this time.
Looks like they're busy chewing down something. No need to kill them until you really have to. Let's go through the bushes.
Okay, go.
Stay low.
Why not yet? You reckon? Yeah, I think, and I do think
they could attack us.
I think they might announce something at E3, so I'd at least wait till E3. Right. And the reason being is because they shut it down on every device except the PlayStation Pro or the PlayStation 4. So I would really wait just a few weeks until June, because I can't see them keeping that at that money. Nobody can be paying for that at that price. Nobody. It's ridiculous. And I've said all along, and I've said on my show for at least 2 years, I think they'll integrate it into Plus in some way.
I found some footprints. They look fresh. Whoever left those can't be far away.
Is that all?
You're the tracker in this family. What can you tell?
Oh, so you mean you want the real... So you can buy the real-looking eyes online, and you want me to make the head so you can buy some of them real eyes and put them in it? Is that right? Look at the object you want to analyse. Enter scout mode. Hold L1 and then hold square. Okay. This is a
military
bit
boots.
Weird, isn't it?
2 men.
They should just charge you £10 a month for the...
Scouts?
Judging by their pattern, they're organized. And by their depth, I'd say they were carrying some heavy shit.
You mean weapons?
That's a safe bet. We should be ready for the worst.
Shit. Guess it's time for us to get to work.
Stay frosty. Don't get carried away.
I have eyes on the test site. 2 mercenaries in there. We're gonna take them by surprise. I'll take that fucker at the edge, and you focus on the one by the fire.
Let's go.
I kill for a warm meal.
That was easy.
There'll be more of them. Be alert.
Yeah, look at that. What a wreck. Here, take it. Here, it's the drone. Time for the recon. You know how to use this beauty, don't you?
I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I think it depends what... I think most people have got decent internet enough to do PS now. I don't know what their criteria is.
First, you need to tag all the enemies.
Press up to use the drone. Use R2, L2 to move up and down. Press L to increase speed. Press exit. The drone is used to gain tactical advantage. Modify the drones to even more functionality.
Got the first one. Target sighted.
Great.
Nicky, you and Resident Evil. Oh shit. Shit. I've killed the drone. Killed the drone.
Target confirmed.
They're saying they're tagging the enemies, but I've not seen them tag one yet. But they're saying they have.
Right, they're all tagged. Bring the drone back.
Really? Okay. Using spot stance reduces weapon sway, improves your accuracy. You can use spot stance at walls, rails, or trees. Attach the bipod increases effectiveness. Spot stance. Also use of spot stance while lying prone.
This is a perfect position for support.
Yeah, I know what to do.
I missed it. I actually missed what they've got to say. I didn't realise. I didn't say how they realised it. Did use supported stance. To enter supported stance, approach an obstacle and crouch next to the flat edge. Wait for the prompt to appear and press L2. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to fall off this ledge if I don't watch what I'm doing. Right, let's try it again. Oh, it's this side. That's why.
Remember, John, quiet. We need to take them one by one before they realize.
I must admit, when I looked at PS Now, when I did the trial, it was quite a while ago. It was last year, I think. There was some great games. As soon as you go on it, I'll guarantee you, if nobody's tried the PlayStation Now and because everybody gets a free 7-day trial, just go and try it now. You'll be absolutely blown away by the games of it, and you'll be surprised at how cool it is as well. Right then, let's zoom and distance. In scope view, use up and down to zoom in and out. Check the target distance above the scope and use and to adjust the elevation. Christ almighty. Toz seen the new... yeah, I pre-ordered one, as I do with everything that comes out new, Nikki. I make my decision when it gets closer. I'm selling my other 3DS large. It's the latest one. I'm going to sell that and probably buy the other one, because I just like new tech and stuff. I don't play 3DS very much. If I can sell my old 3DS, I'll carry on with the pre-order. If I don't sell the other one, I probably won't. I'll cancel it. But yeah, I've seen it. It looks beautiful. Right, the red bar is the wind. Oh God, we're going to get right technical now, aren't we? Shall we just try it?
Let's concentrate, old boy. First target, up on the roof, 270 meters.
Where? Oh, it's there. Check the distance in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Use to set your scope elevation as close to the target's distance as possible. 250 meters. Okay.
Watch me, brother. Tango located on the roof, 180 meters away.
Stop moving. Tango down.
Kill confirmed. Third target, patrol, 160 meters away, near the stream. Wait for the opportunity. Steady, steady. They're spreading out.
Boom.
Target down.
Confirmed. Second one, 160 meters away.
Dead.
Very dead. Fifth target, 200 meters. Wait. A vehicle incoming. Sixth target located. I took him down. I need you to stay focused, John. You're only gonna get a single shot off, so make it count.
Missed. We're fucked. They sounded the alarm.
Didn't see it. What the fuck was I supposed to do then? Did I miss something? Thought I actually did alright then. I was obviously missing something. Oh, for Christ's sake, come on. Fucking hell. You just lost my interest.
Remember, John, quiet. We need to take them one by one before they realize we're here. Let's concentrate, old boy. First target, up on the roof, 270 meters. Watch me, brother. Tango located on the roof, 180 meters away.
Stop moving.
Control, 160 meters away, near the stream. Wait for the opportunity.
You know, I like my sniper rifling. It's about my favourite thing in any shooter, actually. I could sit here pleasantly all day and do this. Providing the game mechanics don't screw you up. I think what I missed out on the other one, I think I'm supposed to get a vehicle.
Target down.
Confirmed. Second one, 160 meters away.
Dead.
Very dead. Fifth target, 200 meters.
This is the one I screwed up. I think it... Did he say how many meters? 200.
Wait. A vehicle incoming. Sixth target located. I need you to concentrate. You're only gonna get a single shot off, so make it count.
Missed. We're fucked. They sounded the alarm.
I didn't miss him, I got him. I got him. It was him out of the car, wasn't it? Or was that the wrong man? It means I've got to do this fucker yet again. This is pissing me off. I mean, it's a shame because I'm enjoying it, but it's just fucking annoying. That one stupid mistake. Fucking ridiculous. It was the guy in the car that got out, wasn't it? And I can't believe it makes you do all this again. Fucking hell. Just put me on the last one, for Christ's sake. think you had to wait and shoot both with one shot. Really? Honestly, is that right? Anybody played this game? I thought I did. I was just about to lay the second shot. You don't fucking get along, do you? Why ain't it let me put this thing on this wall? Violence.
Remember, John, quiet. We need to take them one by one before they realize we're here. Let's concentrate, old boy. First target, up on the roof, 270 meters. Watch me, brother. Tango located on the roof,
Through his...
180 meters away.
Tango down.
Kill confirmed.
Shoot the guy facing the truck, then the guy getting out. So shoot the one on the floor first, then the guy getting out. Okay.
Steady. Steady. They're spreading out.
Target down.
Confirmed. Second one.
Go
160
away,
meters
Craig.
away.
I'm not that bad.
Dead.
Very dead.
So we're thinking both of these, one on the floor quickly.
Wait. A vehicle incoming. Sixth target located. I need you to concentrate. You're only gonna get a single shot off, so make it count.
Missed. We're fucked. They sounded the alarm.
The game glitched.
Stay focused, John.
Oh, it hit me.
Let's rope down.
Oh my god, that game glitched so bad. Enemies will hear your shots from a much greater distance. Your silencer is broken. Hold down to open the gadget wheel and equip silencer repair kit. Yeah, that was fucking stupid. It glitched so bad, didn't it? Has that repaired it? I'm guessing it has. That glitch. I did. What actually happened? I killed the first one. I then shot the second one, but he moved to the top of the thing, and no bullet came out. And then I pressed the trigger again. No bullet fired, but then it gave it me. So bullshit failure or what? But at least it got me through, because I think that's it. This is one shot off. I think you got them both with man sitting in the car. I don't think I did. I think it was just a total fucking.
Follow me, brother.
So, where's your wife these days? Iraq,
A broken
Turkey?
thing.
Mila? She's in the Congo, doing a piece about this local warmonger.
Yeah, I heard about it. Special Forces is discussing bombing that motherfucker. You worried?
Nah, she's tough as nails. She only looks fragile. A vehicle incoming. I see the driver inside.
Ah, leave it to me.
Wait, he might know something.
If If you sneak behind an enemy, you can attempt to interrogate and doing successfully you can learn about points. Winchester, da-da-da. You can avoid combat by luring enemies away with luring stones. Press down, select stone. It's got all the things, hasn't it? You know what I mean? Oh, you're running Game Shark. Yeah, that was it. You can avoid combat luring enemies. Luring stones. Down to select stone. Throw the stone. But so we've got to try and interrogate this idiot. What's betting this fails epically?
No, we didn't meet. They were supposed to wait for me in here. Okay, we'll check that out.
Shit, he'll find the corpses. Take him down. That was close.
Not this time.
They don't give you much time to fucking do stuff in this, do they? Jesus.
We're coming in. Copy.
Yeah,
This place
good
used
old
to serve as
Nicky.
a biological weapons test area. You have to blow that whole shit up.
They played well
Roger.
today.
Got it.
And that sign on that plane, so
Intruder
fucking
detected.
sad. Not only sad,
They know we're here.
but I thought
Wait,
Sky
try to be
actually,
quiet
All right, let's do some good.
I thought actually covering that,
After you.
what they should have done, they shouldn't have actually showed it on Sky, in my opinion.
Mercenaries. How many?
No idea. Whatever, just take care of it.
With pleasure. Come on.
Fuck.
Good job, brother.
Anytime.
Yeah. What about you, John? Wasn't there anyone in Afghanistan?
It's ridiculous,
her?
Nicky, in my
Leah
opinion.
was
I think
her
it's
name?
bullshit.
Lydia.
So why didn't you two?
Leave it, Rob.
Okay then. Forget I asked.
Has he gone upstairs? Did I miss that?
Use the CCTV. We're gonna beat them at their own game. Now, tag all the enemies in here. All marked? Let's go.
That was this game is so fucking crazy. West Ham could do them, but ref won't let them place you back now. Red card for Hammers in the first half. So where are they? Are they below? Are they below? Think so. Where's matey boy? Oh, I've got to go over here, that's why.
Right. That's the entrance to the landfill. Our target must be somewhere nearby, John. Let's move.
Visual on the enemy.
Whoa, shit, get down. Change weapon. Why is an red arrow pointing up? Not very clear at all, is it?
Clear. Let's go.
Okay, well done. I'm pleased for you. This is so bullshit. Very good question, Nikki. Very funny. So Fulham surprised me today. I thought they were my favourites to actually piss it. I thought they'd have absolutely hammered Reading today. I really did. I thought they'd have absolutely hammered him.
Covering the door. Hurry up, John. Mercenaries, open fire.
There. Dead.
Next.
I've not seen nobody here that I'm supposed to be...
Next. Target down. Okay, clear.
Bum, ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Where's my matey boy? Oh,
Come on, John.
not comfy.
Chopper's here.
Not a bad little game, is it? Bit. Whoa. We've been fucked now, boy. Not a bad little game, gotta say. It's okay. Not something I'd probably get bored to shit with it quickly.
The best of us are also lucky. 1, 2.
Are we supposed to do something? No. Oh.
Until next time, Mr. North. Don't kill him.
That was the start of Derby's downfall that week, mate. That was. Derby fans, that week we'd got 3 games to play. And you know, prior to that game, we'd let 7 goals in all season. We'd got the best home record in the league. That week, Bristol City went 3-0 up at Derby in 20 minutes, which was like, what the fuck? Because we'd let 7 goals in. So then we drew 3-3, which was okay. We did well to come back. Then the Saturday, we lost 4-3 at home to fucking Cardiff, I think, in the last minute, a penalty. So in 2 games, we'd let 7 goals in. And we'd let 7 goals in all season. That was the period. There were 3 games that we totally fucked it up. Very disappointing season towards the end again. But I think we'll be alright next year with Rowett and pre-season stuff, and he's already looking at players. I'm a bit worried he might butcher the team though. Oh no, not a Leeds fan. Oh my god. God, we had some battles with them back in the day. Proper football, that was. Thought you'd all be watching Eurovision Song Contest tonight. Yeah, I think that Derby, actually, if I'm not mistaken, good manager at Derby now, Nicky, is held off for the job, mate. Gary Rowett, one of the best English managers around at the minute. But he's a Derby lad, you see. He's played for over 120 times for Derby. That's why he didn't take any decent jobs when he was out of work. Got sacked from Birmingham, didn't he? Can't you remember? Which was a joke. Birmingham were about 4th. So their chairman wisely said, oh no, we'll get rid of Gary Rowett, one of the best managers around at the minute, and put fucking... Norwich wanted him. Also, 2 Premiership teams went for him as well. Tell you, he's one of the most sought-after managers around at the minute. But because he lives in Derby and he's played for Derby for 120 games, I think there was a lot more going on in the background that people cared to mention, to be truthful. Because if I'm not mistaken, when Morris, the chairman, who's a dick, when the chairman employed McLaren, which I agreed with. I think McLaren's a great, again, Derby born. He loves the team, played for him, was a coach to them. When he got him back the second time, I think if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks after, that's when Birmingham sacked Gary Rowett, and I secretly think that Morris was sat in his ass at home thinking, fuck, I wish I'd have waited a couple of weeks, because I think that's what he would have done. And I just think it was written on the wall, definitely. I can't believe, I am stunned that he's gone there for a year. Honestly, fucking crazy. Redknapp's now just sitting back, just luring all the money in. It's just a piece of piss. It's a joke. I think to me, Redknapp, as good as he was, it's just like he's like a pimped out manager now, doing exactly what you've just pointed out, Nicky. It's just crazy. He just doesn't seem like he wants to commit to everybody. And this is a slow loading fucking screen, isn't it? This sounds like the Eurovision Song Contest winner, by the way. Can't beat a bit of Russian, I think. Russian, Croatian. Doodle-doo. Well, I played the tutorial. I think that's what I'm going to play this evening because it was a bit glitchy, but it was okay. Passable. Best part about it is this tune. Yeah, Redknapp's a bit of a weird one, and Ian Wright reckons he's a right twat when the cameras are off. What? In what way? He strikes me as being a bit arrogant, if I'm got to be saying. Big Sam, though, you cannot fucking criticise Big Sam. Anyway, and don't even get me started on the England bullshit. Because he should be the England manager now, period. All that lot should have been swept under the fucking carpet. Bullshit. The best manager that fucking England were going to have, because for the first time ever, it wasn't a fucking yes man. I like Sam. I really do. I think he's a brilliant manager, and I'll tell you why. Because he's down to earth. He doesn't give a shit about anything or anybody, and he kind of reminds me of the era of Brian Clough. Because he's one of them people that won't be told. And I like them managers, old school. And that's why Brian Clough never got the England manager's job, because he just told him all to fuck off. I don't think Redknapp will do anything for Birmingham next year. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't see out the season either. Gary Rowett's fantastic. And I actually thought that before he was Derby manager. He's one of the most he's like Gary, what's his name, at Leeds. They're the two most sought after top England managers, aren't they? There ain't fucking many of them about, is there? It's not, Perry. It's not the point that I know. I said sweep it under the carpet, and I'll be honest. What he did was fucking stupid. But the point I disagreed with, and this is my big argument in this, and I fucking hate it as well. Yeah, Gary Monk. What really pissed me off about that, I cannot fathom the English press in this country. Everybody was screaming that we'd finally got an England manager that probably would take us forward, would take risks, do anything. So what do they fucking do? 5 days later, they set him up for a sting, which, by the fucking way, that in America, that is illegal, what their press did. What the English press did to Sam Allardyce is illegal in America and is prosecutable. It's just bullshit. Bullshit. And I can't believe that the FA didn't find some way of getting round it. Probably a bit hard to skate round it, but the whole thing fucking stinks. Oh yeah, fucking honestly, it really makes me angry. I don't get usually upset about England manager's job because it's bull. You know, I've never been an England fan because I'm a massive football fan, as you all know. But as for England, I've never really jumped on board, and it's all stemmed from the history. No, I agree, Mark, we're not in America, but I'm just making a point of what they did. It's shit. It's amazing it's allowed in this country. But the point is I've never got on with England because they've never appointed the right manager. It's all about fucking old school tie. You do what we tell you to do. And just Sam Allardyce, I think, would have been probably the best manager for a while, since probably Terry Venables. But definitely. But somehow, because he's so different, that's all I saw. He wasn't afraid to... I mean, even if his first England interview was fantastic, I think, if I remember. He literally had a go at the press and just told them basically he's going to do what he wants to fucking do. So... The thing is, though, Griffey, you can call his football, you can call anything you want to, but no man would have got Crystal Palace out of the shit this year. When Sam Allardyce went to Crystal Palace, they were fucked. And no man would have got them out of the shit. But he does it, and you can't criticise his record either. Oh, yeah, I mean, Terry Venables was on the borderline of being a good... I mean, he was a bit of a fucking wide boy, wasn't he? He's the one. Yeah, that's what I've just said, Gary. You can call Sam Allardyce for any football style you want to do, but it fucking works. How many teams went to Chelsea and won this year? He said if it was a top... Getting a second-rate team out of the shit is not the same as having top players. Yes, it is, Griffey. Sorry, I disagree with you, mate, there. I've got to disagree with you. Got to disagree with you. Any manager that can get a shit team to play and get out the shit they was in, you want to go and look at the league and where they were when he went there. And they nearly fucked up Chelsea's chances, didn't they? You know what I mean? I've got to politely disagree with you, Griffey, mate. I'm sorry. Sam Allardyce is a damn good manager. Gets things done. That's why there's a lot of crap in these managers this time around. They just I think the sad thing, we was talking about this in the room the other day, what was the last English manager to win the Premiership? I think that's the saddest state of affairs ever. I mean, and another thing, on with the England thing, I mean, to put him in charge as well. It's like you've gone from fucking doing something good, putting Sam in as a really down-to-earth, let's have a fucking go, to just literally flipping it on its head, and they literally have gone straight back to the top of, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, what do you want me to do, sir, I'll say this, I'll do this. Fucking just, from one extreme to the other. It's like that fool Hodgson, he's not used to having to win. Hodgson as a top manager, was a top manager, probably getting on a bit old now, probably not. Hodgson has got an amazing record around the world, and you cannot criticise records. Stats never lie. And that's why all your top players and all your top pundits will always say, wherever you finish in the season is where you deserve to be. It's none of the fucking bollocks. It's none of bullshit. Stats never lie. You go and check what Hodgson's won in his career. He is dull. He's dull, he's boring, he's whatever. But he's won a lot of stuff in his career, Hodgson. Definitely. We've turned it into a football chat. It's quite good. You've got to be careful with football. It's a very passionate thing, though. So let's tone it down a bit. But again, Griffey, he still wins, mate. It's like, I'll give you a scenario about McLaren. McLaren in this country gets the piss taken out of him for the brolly shit, okay? For the just bullshit brolly thing. Again, English press being dicks. McLaren's record is fantastic. He went to Holland and won their Premier League with a team that's never won the fucking thing. He took Middlesbrough to a European final. Exactly what I'm saying. Stats never lie. Whenever you're talking about a manager or a team or anything, I know we're all passionate about our own team. Oh, we got robbed. We should have fucking done this. Look at your stats at the end of the year. Wherever you are, wherever you finish, you deserve it. You've had 38 or 46 games to do it. So anything, definitely. McLaren is a good manager. And you've got to also think as well, McLaren was taken by Alex Ferguson to be Man United's coach because he's one of the best coaches, and that's where McLaren, and I think Glenn Hoddle, who is highly respected in the game, one of the best players that never played enough games for England, he has said that Steve McLaren is the best coach he has ever witnessed in his football career, period. And I mean that from a knowledgeable point of view, from a coaching point of view. Ferguson took McLaren from Derby to be his assistant and was one of the best assistants Man United ever had. Great. Steve, I'll never have a bad thing about McLaren said, because I think it's just the press that's giving him the shit. He's got a great record and he's a fantastic coach. And I think he gets a lot of shit in this country. Unnecessarily so. But it still works. I tell you what, go and ask Alec Ferguson what he thinks about Steve McLaren. And I'll bet you now that Alec Ferguson, one of the most respectable managers in the entire world's history of football, will tell you that he was the best ever coach he's ever had. He took Middlesbrough to European final, McLaren. He won the Dutch league. Again, Griffey, I'll say, you can't argue his stats. You don't go into a Premier League in any European country and win it with teams like Ajax in and top teams. You don't go and win it with a team that's never won the fucker before. But doesn't manage... Griffey, his record speaks for it, mate. He's won Premier Leagues. He's got to European finals. You can't blag that. It's a season's play. You can't get away with blagging that. It's kind of similar to what you say Leicester last year. People say, oh, it was a total fluke. Yeah, it probably was, but you fucking can't blag it. They played amazing last year to win that league, and nobody can argue with it. Because they played 38 games better than any fucker else that year. It is a different job, coach or manager, but McLaren does both quite well. And that's why they say, and I'll tell you this now, and you're getting this from somebody who's had him as a manager for quite a long time, Derby County played the best football they've played in the last 15 years under McLaren, because he coaches differently, he teaches differently. He doesn't, you see, where McLaren's got an added advantage, in my opinion, is he does both jobs. It didn't ruin Derby at all. Not at all. Not at all. Newcastle, the only thing Derby County players have got, the only thing that Derby fans have got against McLaren is quite simply, he got greedy. He got greedy and wanted to go. The grass is always fucking greener, you know what I mean? And that was the only thing Derby County fans. I'll tell you now, when we re-employed McLaren this second time, there wasn't a Derby fan that was disappointed. I'll tell you that for free. But there was a hell of a lot fucking surprised when he got the sack. Again. But again, I said earlier on, I think there was some dark fucking things going off in the background. Definitely. How old are you? What about 70s under Clough? I'm old enough. I saw Derby County win the Premier League as it was then twice. 72, I was too young, but 75, I went to every game that season and was there when they won the second time. That was when Dave Mackay won it, but it was Clough's team anyway. Brilliant days they were. They were my favourite days as a football fan. Derby County were one of the best teams in Europe at the time. They had England's, they had the defence of England, Colin Todd, Rory McFarlane, two of the best centre-halves in the world at that time. We got to the European Cup semi-final but got done by a fucking referee that got jailed 30 years later for fucking bribery. We beat Real Madrid 4-0 at home, went to their place in the second leg and got beat 5-4. And the referee gave them a penalty in the end. I think the result at their place, they had 3 penalties. I think they had something like 4 penalties. 2 were scored. Fucking in the last minute when it was like drawing and we was going through on, I can't remember what it was, but at the end, one of their players had a shot and it hit Colin Todd on his shirt, because they used to keep the fucking shirts and shit, didn't they? There was a massive fucking mud mark right here on his breast where the ball had struck him. And the ref gave a penalty, and that's what took Real Madrid through to that final. Fucking mad. I've had some good times at Derby, I'm telling you. Fucking great times at Derby. League, Cup, fucking all sorts. I had some really good times. And let's be honest, guys, even all you lot, with the way Derby's played in the last 5 years, nobody'd fucking, you know, be against us going up. I will say now, though, I do believe that if Derby don't do it next season or the season after, I think we're just destined to just stay where we are. Baseball ground was one of the best fucking grounds in the league because it was tight. Really tight. I actually got smacked in the face by a ball from Francis Lee once on a European night, and he actually come over and patted me on the head. He says, "Are you alright, son?" It fucking killed and all. Yeah, I mean, nobody as a Derby fan or a Leeds fan who can remember the famous fight between fucking Billy Bremner and Norman Hunter and Franny Lee. It was fantastic. Fucking hell, I've been seeing some matches against Derby and Leeds. Jesus wept. They were the days. Not an ounce of grass on the pitch either. 50 ton of sand on it. It was crazy. What's the most random fact about Derby you know? Oh, God. What? Derby the football team or Derby the city? I can't really tell you. We've had some mad things at Derby. We've had, remember the famous painting the penalty spot on Match of the Day? Because our pitch, the baseball ground, was renowned like to be the fucking worst ground on planet Earth. Come like September, you didn't even get through August. Come September, there was like no grass on it at all. I mean, we've moved on so much. I think Derby's won the pitch of the year 2 years out of the last 3. They're groundsmen. But they were the days, no fucking grass on it. And famous scenes when we got a penalty at the baseball ground. And they had to bring the bloke on to paint the spot because there was no fucking spot on it. It had rubbed off. Yeah, great days at baseball ground. I was actually heartbroken when they said they were moving to a new ground when that became popular. Yeah, brilliant. It does always rain up the north, mate. You're not wrong. But they were great days. I can remember actually seeing them walk past me with the league trophy, the old-fashioned league trophy, if you can remember it. We actually played Carlisle on the last day, and we drew 0-0. I think we'd already won the league, though, at that. In 75, it was brilliant. Not many top teams have won the Premier League twice. And also, you've got to appreciate, this is why I always get a bee in my bonnet about it, that when we did win it twice, it was the great days of, like, the 70s with Liverpool and all that lot. We weren't a pissy league either. We had some players then, though. Top team. Colin Bolton, Roy McFarlane, Colin Todd. Oh, great. Brilliant. Yeah, we'll stop talking about football. Let's get back to gaming. I bet it's getting late anyway now, isn't it? God, it's 11:20. Started streaming late tonight because I'd actually fell asleep. I fell asleep watching... Yeah, I went to that, Mark. I went to that. It's a beautiful ground, by the way. Absolutely. Yeah, we know it was called Division 1, but it is the equivalent to the Premier League now, isn't it? Only changed by name and money. But yeah, it's a really nice ground, Derby's ground. Obviously changed my opinion now, but when it was sent, you know, when it was said, oh, we're leaving the baseball ground, because it was just such a great place that was. I bet you've seen the film Just United, isn't it? Is it called United? It's just called United, isn't it? Go watch that film. All about Derby and Leeds in the day. That is one of the best films, and he plays such a great part in that film. I think it's the only film I've ever bought on my PS4. Definitely. I'm in my conservatory. My daughter is having a sleep and they have taken over the lounge. Oh, God, man. Nightmare. Nikki, don't get me started on modern teams pissing and moaning when they've got to play twice a week. Jesus fucking hell, I lose my mind over that. I really do. Really do. I think it's fucking crazy. Seriously. Ugh. Honestly. Pissing and moaning. I mean, they're fucking athletes on 100 grand a week. Fitter than any footballers have ever been in modern times because of all the tech. And they piss and moan they've got to play twice a week. They should be able to play every fucking day at that age. Really should. Definitely. God. Oh, we might be tired. We're resting so-and-so because we've got to play twice in 4 days. Fuck off. Me and my brother have always said I've been a Derby County fan all my life since I was 5. I've been to more games than I can mention. Proper fan. Season ticket holder for years. And honestly, we still say to this day, I would have played for Derby County for free. For free. And I honestly meant that. Still mean it. In my heyday when I was playing football, I would have played for Derby County free of charge. Because that's what it meant, and that's what it means to fans, I think, and that, I think, is lost today. There's very, very, very few players today that have passion for the game. It's all about money, it's all about how much I can earn, it's all about looking good on telly. You know, oh, we might be retired when we're 30, I've got to get as much money as I can. Fucking passion has gone out of the game. Good night then, Mark. Thank you for watching, mate. Sorry it's been a bit of a short one. Yeah, but Nicky, Derby's chairman owns the club. We're one of the lucky ones that's got a very rich chairman. So, where did you play on field when you played us? I played for I was captain at school, centre forward. Played for the county, centre forward. Then I moved to midfield because the teacher said I'd got the best first touch and distribution. But in my later days, I actually changed to be a goalkeeper, which is crazy because I'm only 5'8". But I ended up playing in the county in the goal and stuff. Yeah, and then I played lower leagues in my early 20s. Then I fucking dislocated my knee into, and that fucked it, killed it. So, yeah. Given my time again, I'm so passionate about football, it's untrue. I lived and breathed football from about 10 years old. I used to play it every single day. Used to love it. Left back, right back's very important in the game of football. Definitely. Evening Monkey. I used to like playing in goal though. When I got a bit older, and I'd always had dodgy knees. Always had dodgy knees, and that's why I went in the goal in like about 2021. But I was a good centre forward. Used to score some fucking goals. Yeah, I was a goalie. And quite good, actually, is a lot. I got told quite a lot of times. Left back in the dressing room. That's about right, Nicky. The old joke. Was it good, Jason? Alien. I've got to say I'm not that bothered about that film, if I'm being truthful. Never been a big Alien fan. Prometheus was okay. I miss playing football. I must admit, guys, it's something, looking back on my life when I sit and reminisce, which I do a hell of a lot of, sat on my own. I miss football. I miss the days of playing Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, training Tuesday. I didn't do any decent jobs, Rodney. I got injured when I was about 25, seriously. I was just literally just doing what most young kids do, or young jobs. I got factory jobs. I worked in a motorcycle factory. I was a sports editor for about a year. I enjoyed that, but then they fucking got rid of me because they were cutting staff. That disappointed me, because I'd gone. That was actually my. It was the first time in my life I'd actually got a purpose. I thought sports editing, fucking brilliant job for me when I got injured. So You know, so Griffey, I didn't say Roy Hodgson should have got the England job. I just said he was a good manager at club level. Didn't say at all that I think he should have been a good England job. I've just said at the time, England managers have been shit, and they have been. Yeah, I mean, still watch football because it's entertaining, I guess, but it's all changed. All changed, definitely has. Good night, Perry. Thank you for tuning in. I think I'm streaming tomorrow night because I'm not on the podcast, so yeah, I should be streaming tomorrow night, I think. I'll find a new game to play. 65 is too old. Yeah, probably is. I agree. Probably. But if he's still passionate and he's still got his marbles, he's probably got a lot of knowledge, I guess. But, yeah, playing football, going back to that, I miss that a hell of a lot. The smell of the dressing rooms, you know, the old Saturday morning stuff. Some great times. Loved it. It is. Anybody got the golf on? I've been watching the golf all night. What's the score in the golf? Good night, Craig. Mate, I am, and I'm serious when I say this as well. My short-term memory lately has got me worried. I mean, I know it deteriorates in time, but Jesus Christ, it is really, my short-term memory is bad at the minute. Bad. Yeah, if anybody's got the golf on, or can just flick and tell me who's leading, and what hole are the leaders on, because I think it might be just finishing about now. Very funny, Nicky. Yeah, I'm going to find a decent game tomorrow. Something similar to Little Nightmares, I think. Enjoyed streaming that. Bit of a short game and stuff. I think I might watch a movie, actually. Holmes and Stanley. JB Holmes and Stanley on 8 under, both on the 14th. Where's... JB Holmes is a sneaky fucker and all. He's always there and thereabouts. Wind's blowing like fucking everything. Resident Evil will give you nightmares. Nicky, aren't you playing that game? It came out the other day, aren't you? You were so excited about it. I thought you'd be hammering it. But, how's VJ Singh doing, Mark, if you've still got a look? VJ Singh and Louis Hoesterhuizen. Because VJ Singh, that's his local course. He lives round the corner. I'm from Southern Ireland. What's this game like on PS4? To be honest, Steve, we've just played it for about... If you want to just flick through the stream, I've just played the tutorial. A bit glitchy. Not bad if you can pick it up cheap if you're into your sniper games. But we saw a glitch in it live on the stream. If you want to rewind, it was really weird. Louis 7. Oh my God, what's happened to VJ? Fucking hell, he was 7-8 under about an hour ago. That's a shame. That course is brutal, though. That is brutal, that course. It's great, though, I will say. Is Poulter still hanging around, Mark? Poulter was around 6 under about an hour ago. He should be about done by now. I bet he's finished about 4 under, my guess. Jason, did the cinema you was in start laughing when the I'll do the fingering comment in Alien Covenant? What are you two on about? Sings +4. Fucking hell. It's Poulter finished on 6 under. He'd be a dark horse for tomorrow. Tell you now. Yeah, there's a lot of people over par today because it's blowing a fucking gale, has it? Have this on PC. It looked amazing on Ultra, no bugs. We've just witnessed a right proper bug. In the tutorial, when you've got to tag the people in the dome, and you've got 6 of them to kill, took me 3 or 4 goes at it because we couldn't figure out the last thing with the car. Whether you'd got to shoot the guy on the ground, then the guy in the car, or the guy in the car and then on the ground. It fucked up. I went to shoot the guy because we worked out we had to shoot both of them. So I went to shoot the guy that was stood up. I killed him, then pointed the gun up, and the guy that was getting out of the car suddenly flicked and ended up sat on top of the car. I fired the gun. No bullets came out, but then it just went and came up and says, well done, you've done them all, killed them all. And we were all like, what the fuck? You watch the stream when it goes up, because it'll be on YouTube later. Big bugs. But it still looks a decent game, I've got to say. Have you finished it then, Steve? You're obviously a fan of it then, yeah. It's alright, it's not bad. If you're into this sort of game. Looks like it's got a decent story in it, but it was a bit glitchy and a bit weird in parts. Polter needs to win. Shame he's so good in Ryder Cup deserved. I must admit, I'm not a great Polter fan because he's a bit of a dick at times. His clothing firm's just gone under, and I used to get his emails actually for his clothing firm, and the fucking prices they were charging, I'm no wonder it went under. It was a joke. Like he sold golfing apparel, like shirts, like for a golf shirt, just a basic polo, it was something like fucking 60 quid. No wonder it went under. This is Sniper Elite 3. He's a massive Arsenal supporter, Nicky. Massive. He watches it, don't he, in his house with all his Ferraris. I mean, he's a good guy. I'd like to see him win something, because he's had a really bad injury for the last 12 months. No, not finished. All right. This game, by the way, guys, had the very distinction of doing something that no other game's ever done. It gave you the free season pass. By the way, if you buy this game, you get a free season pass. Oh dear. Make sure you listen to the podcast tomorrow night, guys, with the other two. Keep supporting it. Who knows what will happen in the future? That's all I'm going to say. But keep supporting it for us, guys. Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know how dear golf stuff is, Nicky. It gets fucking ridiculous. It's always been known as a rich man's sport. I tried to take it up when I was 18. I had to give in because it cost too much. So bottom line, that was it. Started playing it, got into it, was about 18, loved it to death. And it went, and the prices to play it, all the stuff you needed was so expensive. Which one is the good one? It's not this one. This is not classed as the good one. I can't. The other one that's called the other one's called Sniper Elite 4 or something. The guys in the room will probably help you. I can't remember what this one's called. Just being a bit brain dead. Just let me just flick back to the front screen. I'll tell you. Yeah, this is Sniper 3 Ghost Warrior. This one is. Yeah, this is the Ghost Warrior one, Jason. We've just been talking about that. We had a big VR chat at the start of this stream again. If you aren't, I keep telling you to go and watch the stream again if you've only just joined it when it's done. We had a great talk about all the VR stuff, Steve, and Farpoint. I must admit, reviews are really good about it at the minute, and the gun being supported and being open source for all the developers, I think is a good move. But 70 fucking quid though is steep. I think I can pick it up on my gold membership on Shop2 for around 62, but even so, fucking hell. Yeah, just watch the beginning, some good VR talk at the beginning, and you'll see the tutorial of this, and it's okay. Not everyone early start in the morning. Have a good evening and listen to the podcast as soon as it's up. I think Hayden will be sending me the file when they're done about midnight. I'll probably put it up on Monday morning though, Carl, if I'm being honest. Not being on it, it's a bit different regime, so, and I'm more than likely to be streaming on here. But thanks for being in the room, appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show as well. Yeah, I got quite good at it, Nicky, to be honest. I'd never picked a golf club up in my life. I think it was my brother got me into it when I was about 18. And within like 6-7 months, I was down to 18 handicap. And really into it. And then what really did it for me was the club I used to play at, I didn't have my own clubs because they were so expensive. But this club we used to go to every week it was a municipal course, which basically means it's run by the council. It's not a privately owned club, and it's a really nice club it was. And they used to charge something like 12 quid, and that used to give you a round of golf, but it also used to rent you the clubs as well. So you used to get with the clubs, and the green fee was about 12 quid, which was fucking brilliant in them days. So we played for a full season. We went back for the first time in the spring the following year, and there'd been like this upheaval. Apparently they'd chucked a load of money at the course, made it better quality, put a bit of fucking paint on the walls. And to rent a set of clubs the first day we went, it used to be 12 quid the season before, it went up to 32 quid. And we were like, we actually turned around and went home. And that's it. Done. Because all the other clubs at that time were local and private, and golf was way up its own arse in them days anyway. Not till it's got like it is today. Still too expensive. Fucking, mate, Nicky, nothing's changed, mate. You see on these, I mean, I love golf, passionate about golf. It's my second closest sport to football. You see everywhere, I have golf magazines, I watch a lot of golf vlogs. They're screaming down, come and play golf. Bring your kids, play golf, come and do this. They charge fucking ridiculous money. And I keep saying, you want people to play golf, make it £5-10 a fucking round. Courses like the Belfry, or major courses in this country, which anybody can play, by the way. There's very few courses in this world that you cannot play by turning up and paying money. We've seen prices, me and my brother, because we talk about this often, that, like, to play on big courses, you pay like £350 green fee, which basically means they want £350 for you to play 18 holes of fucking golf. Like, wait a minute, you want me to pay £350 to play 18 holes of golf in a fucking field that's green and got a hole cut out of it? Because what you're paying for, and I know you're paying for the prestige, but I'm sorry, £350 to play a fucking golf course for one day is a joke. And if they want people to get into it, they want kids to get into it, they want women to get into it now, you've got to make it accessible for everybody. And it's still very snobby, still very up itself, which is such a shame. I think it's a great sport. It's one of the hardest sports in the world to play. Definitely. Right, I think I'm going to call it, guys. I need a coffee, I want to drink, I might settle down for a movie. I will look out on... I got a lot of requests tonight, by the way, to play No Man's Sky. I shoved it out on Twitter for some requests. Thanks for replying to them, guys. You can just turn up at the Belfry and book just the course for the day, I think. I think my brother's done it with a couple of his mates from work. Oven chips or skinny fries? Tell oven chips back in the day used to be shit, but I will tell you now, if you live in this country, go and buy Asda's frozen crinkle cut chips. They're not oven chips, but you can deep fry them. They are the best frozen chips ever. Ever. They're in a brown bag. £2 bag. Asda's own crinkle cut frozen chips. They are simply the best frozen chips in the world. I've stopped making my own chips because of them. A load of people keep asking me to do my cooking videos as well for the chicken, my special chili Aunt Bessie's crinkle. You know what, Aunt Bessie's stuff, Nicky, is always too powdery. I think they try too hard, is what I always think about Aunt Bessie's stuff. Like Aunt Bessie's roast taters, they're like so fucking fluffy and dry. Yeah, I've been meaning to. I've been tempted to do my chicken chili, sweet chili chicken dish that I do and video it in the kitchen. Loads of people keep asking me. I might do it actually. for a laugh, see how it comes out. I might record it, see how it comes out. But I do my special chicken, I do the roast pork, barbecue, pulled pork thing that people have seen and like. Yeah, I think they are. I mean, I just found, I think my ex-missus bought them one day, just literally shopping and threw them in the bag, and I never used to be a frozen chip man. I'm always, get the taters out, fucking peel a potato, they're chips, none of this bullshit. But I swear, they're in my freezer right now, Nicky. I had some yesterday, mate, and they're absolutely the best ever. And what you'll notice, when you take them out of the bag and put them in your deep fat fryer, your hands are covered in this, like, weird shit. Like, your hands, you have to wash your hands because they look like they're covered in oil from a frozen chip. It's ever so weird. And they cook in about 5 minutes. And they are the best ones I've ever had. In fact, I've often talked on this show, when I do my shopping, I have my shopping delivered, I either use Morrison's, Asda or Tesco. I normally return to Asda when I've run out of chips. And that's it. And I basically use Asda for that week just when I've run out of chips. So, try them. You'll be impressed. Alright, I think I'm going to have a coffee and a nightcap of my Jim Beam Double Oak. Probably sit down. I think I might stick one of my Transformer films on that I've got to get through. Fry light. Go away, Nicky. Jesus Christ. That stuff's never been a substance. When I've tried that, when you spray that into a pan, I'm like, what is that? It's like, looks like white hand cream. I'm like, what? Get a deep fat fryer on, man. If you're having chips, do them properly. Don't piss about with this fucking brushing them with a bit of oil. That's never been an idea. I've actually got, though, my my deep fat fryer is one of these. It's an active fryer that's tilted, so you literally have it's like you have like a fifth of the oil, and it rotates. Can be a bit. It does look like a suntan lotion. You're spot on. And it smells fucking awful as well. I bought it once, and I actually think it went in the bin. Because you saw all the adverts, didn't you? Do them properly. Since before you're 60. To be honest, I'm not a big deep fat fryer person. I literally do frozen chips, and I actually use crisp and dry oil now, so there's not much oil left on them as well. So I do my bit, but having that shit like that is just crazy. Has any of you got one of them air fryers? My brother's got one, by the way, and he swears by it because he's on a massive health regime at the fucking minute. And he's cut out all his saturated fats and oils and everything. But he's got one of these air fryers that literally fucking cooks with no oil at all. And I've been to his house and he's cooked, because I've said to him before, when I come to your house next, cook me some chips in that stupid fryer. I want to see how it works. And I was actually very surprised. There was crispy chips and very nice in these silly air fryers. Yep, they are awesome, but don't last long with regular use. Really? I mean, there was all the rage, I think, last year, weren't they? At the time, so... I mean, I've contemplated getting one, but I look at it and think, how does it, like what? Same as I say, if you're going to cook chips, get it in the fryer and be done with it. As long as you don't have it every day. Oh, the motors, really... Funny you should say that, Griffey, because my fucking active fryer's making a weird noise, and it's all the motor that's turning round as well. I mean, I've got the active fryer with oil in it, but it doesn't half make a fucking racket, and that's not a year old either. The only thing with deep fat fryers, though, they get so dirty and disgusting, no matter how well you try and keep care of them. My workmate lost 5 stone in 6 months, died of... Oh, shit. Nicky, I've always been a believer of this. When you're going to go, you're going to fucking go. Whether you're big, fat, slim. You see marathon runners drop dead as well. My best mate last year dropped dead of a brain hemorrhage while on holiday in Mallorca with his family. He got off the fucking sunbed, dropped dead where he stood at the side of the pool. He was 44. He'd been the fittest bloke I'd ever known. He ran 4 times a fucking week. He went to the gym. And he fucking dropped dead of a brain hemorrhage, bang, like that, before he'd hit the floor, apparently. And I'm a great believer, when you go in, you fucking go in. And that, yeah, you know, if you've got heart disease and stuff, you go in. Going to get a beer. That'll kill you. That'll fucking kill you, Griffey. Drinking that shit. Nothing too sure about that, mate. But yeah, you're going to go, you're going to fucking go, aren't you? No one would sit worrying about the fucking thing. And I'm always a big believer, don't sit and make your life miserable for the last 10 years of your fucking life. Why? You know. But that's just my stupid philosophy, I guess. I suppose it also, if you want to get deeply philosophical, it's what you've got to live for, I guess. If you've got, obviously, a young family and shit, then, yeah, obviously you want to look after yourself. Right, I think I am going to go. I know I've said it about 4 times. But I could sit here and talk to you all night if you keep asking questions. But my fish tank's looking cool, really good. I've got more stones in it today that I've put in. I've had a move around. It looks bang on. Temperature's at 76.4 where I want it to be. I asked my daughter to get her boyfriend to go and help me get the fish today, but they went out for a fucking meal instead. Pff, kids. Don't want to help their old man, do they? Yep. Like I say, Nicky, when your time's come, mate, it's come. Whether you're the fittest person on the planet or whether you're fucking fattest. And on the other side of the coin as well, how many of these people that you've seen are these, like, really fucking giant people? You know, that are, like, really ridiculous. They live for fucking years. And I've always said, because my missus used to watch all these shitty programs, you know when you see these, like, really obese people on bed, can't get out of bed because they're like a blob? One, I always say, at what point do you not realise you're getting out of hand? There must be some point in your life that you know that you are seriously in trouble if you're getting like that. But my other side of the coin is, they fucking, like, why don't they drop dead, like, now? Because... And it just points to the human body as a strange machine. It's like the fucking carry on or it won't. And you've got the old... Do you know what I've watched tonight, Nicky? This is weird, this is. Funny we should talk about this. On my YouTubes, on my iPad, I've had a bit of a nod this evening. I fell asleep watching the fucking football. And I woke up about 9 o'clock and I was looking just through my emails and got my YouTube on, looking through it. And I don't know what got me to it. I was looking for something else. And there was a guy, and he's a famous game streamer, I think. He's a famous game streamer. And I watched this thing he'd done. And he wrote, 28-day fast without eating any food. So the first thing I said, bullshit, you can't go 28 days with eating no food. So I clicked it and watched it. And he does a documentary half-an-hour video of him. It was a bit chubby. I wouldn't say he was fat. It was getting a bit chubby, and it was pissing him off. So he started a plan, and apparently this is a real fucking thing, where you fast completely, 100% fasting, and you only drink water. And he was documenting his video, and look, it fucking looks amazing now. But Christ, that can't be safe. And he does give massive warnings at the beginning and says, please be aware, this can kill you. And he does. He drinks nothing but water for 28 days and it fucking drops off him. But that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I've always had the mad thing, stupid things that go through your head at times. I've always had the mad thing that what would happen if... what would happen if you fucking just ate cereals? Just ate Rice Krispies? Every meal that you're going to eat in the day, just eat Rice Krispies or you eat cocoa. I could quite easily do that. Cereals are probably one of my fucking biggest bugbear. I love cereals. I can eat cereals at any time of the day. Where's those Pringles? They're nice as well, Nicky. They're a fucker, aren't they? Tell, a bit off key, have you seen 13 Reasons Why? I'll tell you something about that. When I start my Netflix to look for something to watch, it's always at the top. And if you leave it on the top, it runs. And I must admit, the trailer looks really, really good. Really good. Yeah, I could eat... See, I tell you where my worst point is, and I'm terrible for this. Really bad. Like, you know, now, like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like... I think, like, I could just do this. Many, many times do I just go and get a small bowl of cereals. And I'll tell you why it is. It's not that I want the cereals. I like the milk. I like the cold drink of the milk in the cereals. And I could eat that. And that's my bane. I do it at night time a lot. But what would happen if you just replaced all your food with cereals? Be crazy, wouldn't it? Because you see all the adverts for cereals, despite it's got all these vitamins and proteins and all this shit in it. So, can't you live off cereals? Let me ask you all a question. If you had to live off cereal from today, but only one of them, which would you pick? Now there's a fucking tester for you. Which would you pick? For your only cereal that you've got to live the rest of your life on, it's going to be the only food that you eat. What you eating? I'd be struggling because I love loads of them. Favourites are Frosties. I love Cocoa Pops, but the originals, not some cheap, tacky supermarket shit. Rice Krispies, I don't mind them. I love Weetabix. Do you know what? I think I tweeted it the other night, Nicky. I was, again, 11 o'clock, fancied a bit of a fucking cereal. Went to my cupboard because I was running low, and I went faking round the back of my cereal cupboard, and I only pulled out a brand new unopened box of banana Weetabix. Holy fuck. I had 3 banana Weetabix, and they were fantastic. Forgot I'd got them. Cocoa Pops for you. I do like my Cocoa Pops. Golden Grahams, I've got to say, Michael, I actually have never tried Golden Grahams, ever. And I'll tell you why, because I think they're so fucking expensive. I'll tell you what I've got a fad on at the minute. Mini shredded wheats, but the honey nut ones. They are... You can actually eat them out of the box. Just whoosh. Who should be next Arsenal's manager? It'll be a foreigner. But I don't think it'll be next year. Arsene Wenger will be Arsenal's manager next year. But it'll be a foreigner. Crunchy Sugar Grahams. I've never had... I think my daughter used to like Golden Grahams, but they were so expensive. I like shredded wheat. Big fan of shredded wheat. Just the big ones. I used to have 3 every morning. Yeah, I do like them. Sugar Puffs again. Oh, God, Sugar Puffs. I've not had them for a while. Got to be originals, though, John. None of this supermarket rip-off shit. All cereals, actually, by the way. Put a criteria on it. Got to be originals. None of this bullshit cheap shit. Although, I will say, which one of the supermarket... I think it's Asda again. Asda's own Cocoa Pops are really good. They banned Lucky Charms in the UK. They did, but you can still get hold of them. They're massive in America still, aren't they, Lucky Charms? Why did they ban them? Did they contain something a bit wappy? Talking of banning foods, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories that you might remember or might not remember. Can you remember the 2 things that got changed? And they're both contained for the same reason, I think. Or I don't think the other one. Cherry Coke. That was pulled and then rebranded and redone out because it contained something in it that was actually proved to be an addictive drug. Yeah, they do. You're right. You're right, Tel. That's a good one. That's a private joke that we used to do actually in our house. Cherry Coke got pulled because it contained an addictive thing in it. And I'll tell you something else. My best mate got addicted. My best mate, I had never seen anybody drink Cherry Coke like he did. I often used to joke about it, and I used to say to him, I've never seen him without a can of Cherry Coke in his fucking hand. And it turned out that it had got an addictive, like some kind of drug in it. And they had to pull it off the shelves and rebrand it. And it never tasted the same after that either. But then the other one, can you remember the mints? I can't remember what they were called. There was a new mint that came out, and they were a little square, they looked like pillar shapes they were, and they contained sorbitol, and they taste cool as soon as you put them in the mouth. It was this new fad. Well, they didn't realise at the time that sorbitol is a natural laxative, and apparently these mints had got a lot of it in it, and it were making everybody shit themselves, like get diarrhea, and they had to pull them off the market and rebrand them. I can't be done with these low sugar drinks, Nikki. I've got to say, I know that long-term listeners to my show used to know I had a massive problem with orange pop. Used to drink orange pop like fucking crazy time. Especially Tango. Tango orange, God, I can taste it now. I've not had it for years. I've actually stopped drinking fizzy pop since I've been living alone, which is really weird. Because I used to really like drinking pop a lot. And I don't buy it now at all. And I've actually gone to something, I think I've mentioned this before. I drink more bottled water now. If somebody had have told me 10 years ago, you buy bottled water in big packs when you do shopping, I'd have actually laughed at them and said, I would never buy water. You get it in the fucking tap. Do you know what I mean? God, fuck. But I buy water now. I don't mind. I drink a lot of water. Which is obviously good for you, as you all know. You should always drink water. Oh, anyway, guys. All this talk of cereals has probably made me going to nip in the kitchen. But the sad thing is I finished my Cocoa Pops last night. Which is a fucking sacrilege. But I do think I've got some Weetabix left. And I've gone and got some milk today. So I might just have a couple of Weetabix. Anyway, guys, I'm getting the remote to turn you lot off. I'm not going to get very far with the TV remote, am I? Anyway, boys, thanks again. This has been a bit of a boring one tonight. I do apologise. But we have a good chat about football and shit. As I say, keep supporting the podcast, guys, tomorrow. The show should be up probably Monday, I'm thinking now, if I've got to do the file. But keep listening. Things may change in the future, who knows? We shall see. But until then, I'll more than likely stream for an hour or two. Don't go. Sorry, Evil. I need something to drink and eat, mate, and I'm going to watch a movie, I think. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow night at some point. Although, oh look, we're going just when that dick appears again. He's been in every night. Well, you've left it too late tonight, because we're off. I may watch the golf tomorrow night though, guys, so I'm not quite sure. So I may stream, and normally I have Sunday nights off anyway to do the podcast, but I might just watch the golf all night tomorrow, because as you know, I'm just a... Go back and watch the stream, Evil. It'll be on YouTube, and we have some good talk. We talk about the VR, we talk about E3. I play this tutorial of this game that you might like a look at. So yeah, just nip on YouTube, watch it from the beginning, and it'll be just like you've logged on. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in. May see you tomorrow. If not, it will be Monday for definite. And I'll try and get a little puzzle game. I've got the new puzzle game, actually. The one with the little white marshmallowy guy, whatever it's called. I might stream that, because some of you might like that one. Okie doke. I'm going. I need a coffee and some cereals. Night, guys. Have a good one.